Well, after spending years behind the camera as a director, Eva Longoria is back starring in a new series called Land of Women.
And Morgan Hoffman interviewed Eva in L.A., and this is super cool because I haven't seen Eva around in a while.
It's true. It's really interesting when you think about it. Desperate Housewives wrapped up in 2012, and I feel like I've seen her here and there, probably mostly in commercials and some really cool brand partnerships that she's done, but she told me in the interview she's been working on a lot of projects just behind the scenes. So this is a bit of a big return for her in a show like Land of Women, and it's comedy, there's drama. She plays this woman who has to flee to Spain with her daughter and her mother after it's revealed that her husband owes a lot of money to some dangerous criminals. It's very cute. Take a look.
Mamá, vamos de excursión a tu pueblo en España. ¿A la muda?
Hey! Mom? What are you doing here?
Girls trip! A mí no me digas nada, es cosa de tu madre.
I love this show.
Doesn't it make you want to go to Spain?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get right into that then. You shot everything in Barcelona?
Outside.
Yeah.
Outside, yeah. What was that like?
Amazing. I was there more.
Look at you.
Yeah, I travel Madrid, Girona, but
No, it was so funny because I was a big fan of Ramon's, and I was like, Ramon, I want to shoot in Spain, write a show of me in Spain. And so he, wrote a show, and then I said, he goes, I found the show. I said, oh my God, great, I love Madrid. And he goes, we're not shooting in Madrid, we're shooting in Barcelona. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He goes, well, not Barcelona, but like outside of Barcelona. So then I was going to look for a house to rent for 6 months, and I was like, great, so we're going to be in Girona. And the location guy was like, it's not Girona, it's like Figueres. Like, I was like, where are we going? It just kept getting farther and farther away from civilization.
Yeah.
And so I was in this tiny little town with maybe 40 people that lived there, and way more sheep and chicken than anybody else.
I love this story of 3 generations of women. Really, I mean, the circumstances are wild, but really they're just trying to connect.
Yeah.
And I felt that was something that I could relate to, that I think a lot of people are going to relate to. Did you feel that way when you read the script?
Yeah, Ramona and I talked a lot about identity and like what's her arc, what were we searching for, and so who Gala is in episode 1 is not who she ends up at the end of the series, and her relationship with her daughter is different in episode 1 than it is in episode 6, and with her mother. And so I think, for me, I love when people in life transform like that, because you go, wow, if they're brave enough to take an emotional inventory of their life and go, you know what, I don't like this job, I don't like the city I'm living in, I don't want to be here anymore, and take that jump and leap of faith, and then to do it with your family. And then to navigate that of like, oh, okay, we're all going through an identity crisis at the same time. And then in a village where, we don't speak the language, we have to get a job. It was all so funny. It was like just all this circumstantial funniness that was happening alongside this deep, deep emotional things. Yeah, I was like, oh, sign me up.
You must have had a lot of different shows come your way.
Yeah.
This really must have stood out, or was it this guy?
It was this guy.
It was this guy.
Yes, it was Ramon. I took about 10 years to direct, and so I hadn't been on camera for a minute because I was just directing, and one of the things was Grand Hotel, which was his original show in Spain, and I adapted it for the U.S. And then I was like, Ramon, you know what? I think I'm ready to go back in front of the camera. And then he asked me, he's like, do you want to direct this? I was like, no.
Yeah.
I just want to be an actor.
But she direct.
But I
Did you?
In front of the camera, she's directing. Yeah, because she knows very well how
the
manage the
camera.
comedy, the feelings, yes,
Yeah.
it's very good, and she knows very well why this camera is there.
Wait, you're not going to do this? You're not going to do that? But yeah. But then, so it's so funny because somebody just told me that the other day. They just posted all the first looks, and I got so many messages going, it's so nice to see you back in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's been a minute.
I'm here for the romance, too.
Yes, I know. Oh my God.
The relation with
Yes.
it's a mad relation.
Santiago Cabrera.
Santiago Cabrera.
We did.
Good choice.
Yes.
Great choice.
Yes.
But it was so funny because I'm like, when are we going to kiss already? He kept asking me, he's like, no, not yet.
No, we like that because we're waiting.
You know what? It was important for me to make sure that her journey was about self-empowerment and self-identity, not looking for love in a man that solves everything. And so Ramon really took that to heart. And then when we were shooting it, I was like, wait, are we never going to kiss? He's like, no, because that's not her journey yet.
I love
So he really
that.
listened. He really paid attention to that. I was like, oh, it can't be that. Man is not the solution to women's problems.
No, it's not.
It's not a story about love story.
But he is cute.
He is cute. Yes. She's lovely. And it's funny, I forgot how much I've missed her on camera. I was going through kind of old episodes of Desperate Housewives, which at the time was like the biggest show ever. Do you remember that show?
Oh, yeah.
And so it's actually really nice seeing her in this. She's also a producer on this. You just get the sense that she took some time behind the camera, really got to, let her creative juices flow. And she was like, okay, I think now's the time to be kind of back in a big way. So it was really nice to talk to her. And you can stream episodes of Land of Women on Apple TV Plus right now.
Thanks, Morgan.
You got it.